Stop prospecting and hustling so hard for leads each month. What if I were to tell you that there is a way to attract clients that can actually afford you without you having to spend long, tiring hours prospecting? What is up, my beautiful souls, and welcome back to my channel. Now, in today's video, I want to show you my 4-step process on how exactly I attract people with my marketing and messaging so that I don't need to worry about clients each month. Now, if you're someone who is sick and tired of chasing after leads each month and want to finally drop the freaking struggle and start attracting clients to you, then this video is for you. So make sure you keep on watching. Now, before I started my business, I had a door-to-door sales job selling teeth whitening. I was taught by my then boss to talk to 100 people a day. And basically he said it would guarantee that I would have 10 sales. His favorite line was, "It's all in the numbers, Kristen." Now, my commission at the time was $30 per teeth whitening package sold. So if you do the math, right, and if he was right, so that means that if I spoke to 100 people a day, that would mean 10 people would buy my teeth whitening package, and I would basically make, 30 times 10 is $300 a day, approximately. Let me tell you, talking to 100 people a day is hard, and it's not even guaranteed that they will buy. So you gotta pitch them, you gotta build a relationship with them upon meeting them. I mean, I hated that job, but what it did teach me was, tenacity and having a really thick skin. So you have no idea how many no's I've heard in a day compared to the average person. So, a new girl came into our team one day, and I was shocked to learn that she magically sold 30 to 40 teeth whitening packages a day without having to speak to 100 people. I was so mad and jealous that I just had to ask her what the secret was. And she straight up told me that I was trying too hard and that I needed to work smarter and not harder. Mic drop. Now, that's also why in today's video, each step that I'm about to share with you is really going to help you work smarter and not harder in your marketing so that you no longer need to prospect and you're reaching out to so many people per day. And before I dive into the steps, I think it's actually crucial for you to understand what marketing even is. I mean, my personal definition of marketing is that really at the core of marketing, it's really creating belief in the minds and hearts of your customers. That means that if you are not creating belief in your messaging and you're just trying to sell, and selling doesn't work as effortlessly if you don't have the marketing down, right? So how would it feel like to not have to sell and instead attract first with your marketing? With that said, let's just dive right into step number 1, and that step is to have a strong hook. Now, with anything you are creating, whether that is content for your business, a sales page, your website, speaking at a live event, or even just meeting someone in person, it's so important for you to hook them in. So you might be thinking, well, what is a hook? So a hook is your ability to get someone's attention in a way that has them stop the scroll. Some people may call it a juicy headline, but I like to go even deeper than that and call it a change in belief. So you are basically shaking someone's belief about something and changing it with your belief, right? Now, there's a lot of noise in the online space. I mean, a lot. And how can you stand out with your message that will make someone pay attention to you, right? You do this with a strong hook. So a great way to come up with a strong hook is by asking yourself, well, what is a common belief that my niche or my industry has, and how can I debunk that belief with whatever it is that I'm trying to sell? Now, I think the best way for me to explain what a hook is by actually showing you an example. So here's one of my favorite hooks of all time. Okay, so one day I was scrolling on Pinterest, okay, and basically I came across this pin. This is Pinterest, by the way. It says, "Do you yell at your dog for barking? Try this instead." Now, this is a great hook because basically the belief is that if you're, I'm a dog mom, okay? I have 2 dogs right now, and one of my dogs barks all the time, right? And I do yell at her every time she barks. It gets me so freaking mad. Okay. So when I saw that, I'm like, yes, I do yell at my dog for barking. That's the belief that I have. In this hook, they're literally saying, try this instead. So I'm instantly hooked and curious. Like, what do you mean try this instead? Isn't the only way to stop my dog from barking is yelling at her, right? So if I click on this, that's a strong hook, by the way. That's basically what the hook is. It leads me to this, and we're going to get to the story later, but I want to share with you again how good this hook is. So the hook is, I finally figured out how to get my dogs to stop barking after watching how a woman on my flight kept her dogs quiet the whole flight. So again, same thing. If I was someone that, oh, I am someone that owns a dog, I understand the pain and the struggle of getting my dogs to stop barking without me having to yell at them. So that headline is already hooking me. So this is what I mean by it's a belief that someone has. So my belief is that I have to yell at my dog for barking. And it's basically turning that in its head and saying that, hey, you actually don't need to believe that anymore because here's a new belief. And then this new belief is that you don't need to yell at your dog. So this is what hooks are. These are what strong hooks are. Okay, this is one of my favorite hooks because, again, I'm a dog mom and this instantly caught my attention and I wanted to find out more. So the whole point of hooks is that you want people to be like, wait, what? Like, I want to find out more. Like, I need to find out more because if I don't, then I can't scratch this itch that I basically have. Okay, now that you got the hook down, the next step in your messaging is your story. So have you ever heard of the quote, facts tell but stories sell? Well, I'm sharing this quote with you again because it's so dang true. I mean, stories are the movers and shakers of getting someone to actually pull out their wallets to buy your stuff. So why are stories so powerful? It's because stories have the ability to bring out the emotion that people need to have in order to buy your stuff. I mean, the truth is people buy due to emotion and back it up with logic, right? Think back on the last time you bought something. How much do you want to bet it's because of an emotional reason? So the last thing I bought were these hair supplements from JS Health. Do you really think that I want hair supplements? No, right? What I really want is long hair. And to me, long hair makes me feel sexy and beautiful and confident AF. So what I'm really buying is confidence. So what are you selling in your business? I want you to think of what emotion you're selling the next time you create content for your business, right? Emotion is also energy in motion. And the number one mistake that I see a lot of people do is try to educate their audience instead of telling great stories, right? Educating is a good to a degree, really, but you want to save the bulk of your education when that person has already invested. So their monetary commitment will make them more likely to pay attention to what it is that you have to say while you're educating them, right? Finally, telling stories makes you relatable. And because we are human beings that long for connection, when someone connects with you on a deeper level through your story, right, they see that you understand them. And that is when they can fully trust you. Okay, so the story here, okay, is you can see this person kind of like created this as like a blog post, I guess you could say, or an article. And it's just so good because it says, I knew it was going to be a long flight as soon as she walked on with her 2 chihuahuas. So you see how she's literally telling the story of how she saw this woman bring on her chihuahua on the flight. And it's just such a good story. She's telling the story with so much emotion. I'm literally reading this like, oh my gosh, how it stopped. It started yapping. She pulled out this device, quietly clicked it at the dog, and the dog instantly stopped barking. Right? I'm like, what? And then this is when they said that it's like this thing called Barks Buddy, which is a dog training device, right? So it's the story. And you see that she's using her story to sell this product, basically. And she's using images or whatnot, but the point is that it's a story, right? And her story resonated with me so much that I literally bought this like on the spot. So again, this is the part where it talks about like kind of educating people on what the product is, but they led with the story, right? Because the story is what actually continues to captivate their attention. Makes sense? And what's cool about this is that it's in an article, and it basically like captivates the story in such a great way because I don't feel like I'm being sold to, which by the way, I did pull out my credit card and buy it. So I did get sold to, but it didn't feel like it. I felt like I was reading a story. I resonated with it and I gave them my credit card. Okay, the third step that I have for you is to create belief around your offer. So belief in marketing goes both ways, right? Not only are you creating belief in the eyes and the hearts of your customer, you're also creating belief within yourself, right? You need to believe in your own product and or service before anyone else can believe in you, right? Enough to hand you their credit card. So this is probably the most common pitfall I see a lot of my clients and people go through, is creating belief within themselves and what it is that they have to offer. Now, all of this boils down to having a good money mindset. And if you want to discover how you can own your worth and what you charge, then make sure you check out this video over here because it's gold and you're gonna love it. Now, finally, the fourth step that I'm gonna share with you is exuding great energy. Now, I feel that not a lot of people talk about energy within marketing, but if you don't have good energy, how do you expect people to be attracted to you, right? Everything around us is energy, even money. And all money is energy exchange. So when you don't have good energy, you're actually blocking money from coming to you. So for example, this past Father's Day, I went fishing with my dad and we watched a guy next to us literally catch 16 fish in 1 hour. And we were honestly shocked. I mean, he was using the same hook and bait as us. Remember what I said earlier about hook? But the only difference was that before he casted his line in the lake, he sprayed his bait with this garlic scent. And the fish were so attracted to this garlic smell that every time he casted out his line, he was able to catch a fish. So I want you to think of this garlic scent as basically your energy, right? How can you become so irresistible to your ideal client that they keep coming back for more, right? Like you spray with your garlic perfume. Just kidding. So what you can do is make yourself irresistible. And that's exactly what I talk about in my new book, Stop Chasing, Start Attracting. Now, I'm gonna start taking pre-orders for this book. So if you wanna discover my secret garlic sauce on how to attract not only clients, but opportunities into my life and business, then make sure you pre-order my book. I can guarantee you that the secrets I share in this book are not your average secrets that you can find lying on the internet. Yes. Now, if you love these 4 steps that I just gave you so far, then make sure you hit the notification bell and subscribe to my channel so that you'll get notified the next time I give away more hacks and tips that will help you in your business and your life. And if you want to learn more about money, marketing, and metaphysics, then make sure you check out these 2 videos right over here. Anyways, guys, I love you, I appreciate you so much, and I cannot wait to bring more goodies for you in the future videos. I'll see you in the next one. See ya!